to go all the way down here, but no, he changes the direction of it, and it is likely going over to this side as he now realizes that there are grenadiers going to try to decap the left hand side, and not wanting that, wanting to conserve his field presence and his map presence. He wisely goes over there with his rifleman and decides to just say, hey man, this is my field point, I'm going to have it, it's definitely not going to be ours. Some folks now reinforcing these grenadiers with the passage track, but riflemen on heavy covers. Then again, they are on range and they are moving up for the other heavy cover, and they are still far too much for this force to handle. And not really because one grenadier and one Volk cannot engage two riflemen, but they are significantly decreasing health. Then again, the riflemen are decreasing health as well. But with these flamers now, it should be fairly easy for our US player to win this engagement if he chooses to engage at all. Especially because these forces are in green cover, they should be taking some very significant damage from these flamers. He was probably trying to get a grenade off, but he fails as he almost loses his rifleman, which is just barely surviving. However, the remaining forces are going to be a Stuhl. And the Stuhl impacts and takes out one rifleman just straight up. Actually, I would say that this might be a pretty decent match for the Stuhl, as with all these builds, it might be possible for the Stuhl to just shoot through the buildings and onto the AT gun, or onto just about anything behind the buildings. But it depends, there are a couple of buildings which might just be too tall for that. They both now impacting and not actually being able to hit much of anything. Artillery, not artillery, just a Stuhl, which looks like artillery. Flamers doing some very significant damage. I thought these grenadiers which are trying to charge to the AT gun. They're trying to get a grenade off on that AT gun as well as these Volk surges with MP40s. The AT gun is retreating successfully so far. And there are riflemen to support his AT gun. Then again, he doesn't actually need to retreat. I don't quite know what he's doing, and he's not taking some damage from the flamers while he could have just been focus firing them to begin with. The grenadiers now being forced to do as well as before he would actually be killed. And then Sherman now arrives on the field! And if he does decide to outgun this together with the AT gun, that is going to prove way more than necessary to actually take out any potential Stuhl. A very interesting tactic power, which was enabled to our US 32 is hold on both of the field points due to most of the game, because as you can see, he's still he no longer actually has a good fuel income due to the recently losing both fuel points, but he's definitely working on trying to get them both back. As you can see, one showing up killing the member, trying to kill the MG and engineers and BAR riflemen managing to retreat one Volkswagen, another Volkswagen, however, also trying to go up against this little force and garrisoning this building. They are going to be able to stall them for quite a long time unless he throws it in, which he does have the possibility of doing. Now this Sherman actually taking some decent damage from the Panzerfaust and Panzerschrecks, and it is forced to retreat for the meantime. But then going off and taking out 3 volts, and this volt might be just be forced to retreat as there are still 4 riflemen here. Is still not retreating, however, the volts are not even firing, not quite sure why. And he's now trying to retreat and probably will be able to run away. Rifleman, however, chasing the volts, and it might actually get taken out. The volts might actually die to this rifleman chasing them with the BARs. And no, they're actually going to manage to retreat. Just to make sure they were going to be able to retreat, he wisely pulls up with a Panzerschreck and the Volks over just to give the riflemen some extra targets to shoot at. Now some rifles going up, but being suppressed by their MG, very well positioned. MG not actually having enough of to work on so far, just keeping units away from the center of the map, not actually being predominant at all, either on the right or the left hand side. Then again, for the meantime, the middle of the field is pretty much all that Grandma requires to just hold itself in the game. We can see also Vet 2 on infantry for our Grandma player, whereas our US player now with tanks and with BRs and with this T3, quite a spread out tanking for a US player, which might just actually hurt him in the long run, or in the short run, I mean, as he's splitting up his tanking efforts to offer things to heavy vehicles, light vehicles, and infantry, it could probably have been better to just focus on one thing, either heavy vehicles or T3 play or just infantry. Spreading out like this might actually hurt his play. And this engagement is definitely going to be won by the Carolina infantry. Just watching for one rifleman to handle it. Rifleman already getting that part in the process. More riflemen coming about. We are going to force this front to retreat, especially with the Sherman also nearby. With his storm squads, however, managing to make the Sherman retreating. You might see a bundle grenade going up against that 18 gun. Could very well take out the 18 gun and be able to shoot to move in and take out the remaining rifleman. Bundle grenade not going up as predicted, and it nearly takes it out, but not quite. He might even be looking at another cruising gun, but he might actually want to completely take out the 18 gun by using a tech move on it. But he's not doing so. He's going to try to charge this Sherman. She's very low in health. However, the Buzzer Strike hits that green cover instead of actually hitting the rear arm of the Sherman, which is still not outgunned.
Begin armored operations.
It is persisting. The passive strikes are still approaching. The deadly weapon is still getting close to the rear arm of the Sherman, which might still get taken out. And the Stormstorm are trying to get a shot in, but the Sherman is far too fast. Then again, Stuga is also following up and then going back, but then going up and forward again. Infantry, however, moving up, and they're probably going to try to sticky this or even charge up against the Storm Squad, which do appear to have MP44 upgrade, as well as a Strike. We can see now forces splitting up. We'll try to force our US player to split up his rifles rather than focusing down on one single group. Now for still trying to get a sticky off, but still doing quite a few casualties already. The Stu now damaged engine, so the Sherman will be very capable of circle strafing. Might, however, on the field for a US player, but the Stug is definitely going to be able to avoid that. Fairly lucky there. Infantry, however, going to support the Sherman. The Sherman is down to half health. The Stug is also down to half health. The Sherman now taking some rear armor shots due to a small miss marker there. The Stug, nice little mine. And that's going to force the Storm Squad to just stay back for the moment. We might actually get taken up by the Riflemen approaching. The Riflemen are also down to only 4 members and to very low health. So it is going to be a very close engagement. Let's see what's running charging nonetheless as he does eliminate Storm Squads, however, approaching the Riflemen. And who's going to win this engagement? It's the Riflemen are taking one casualty, but the Storm Squad is also taking another casualty.
Enemy unit down.
And the Storm Squad goes down, but the Sherman likewise going down. So not exactly a very easy trade-off to do. However, the Rifle now with a Panzer Strike, they're going to be able to take out these two. Man gun destroyed. Only one more shot left, and it will be destroyed. There isn't any support for these two nearby. I don't even believe that nobody is going to try to save it at all. However, Panzer Strike suffering from miss aim, apparently. Destroyed engine, however, so the Stug is definitely not going to be running away from here. Rifleman trying to get some shots from rear and destroys the Stug. A little bit of a waste there. Going with a sticky bomb on it wasn't entirely necessary. Then again, considering that the Panzer Strike already failed once, it is fairly understandable that it would just try to really make sure that Stug would be taken out. Not question what that Panzer Strike fail was all about. If it was the 5% bug or just a plain and simple miss, I would expect it to be the plain and simple miss, as the 5% bug I believe is supposed to have been addressed, but I'm not entirely sure about that.
Crowds are grabbing our territory.
Because however, the game developing into a very late game stage already, 24 minutes in, nearly 25. So it is starting to look very favorable to our grandma player, as his front is already got that on his infantry. He hasn't lost much of any units of his own except for that Stug and for Puma. I believe he lost Puma, yeah. Or didn't he? I can't quite remember. Excuse me, guys. Stug now charging up against this Flamer engineers, but the AT gun already on the field, and the Stug is taking some front shots from the AT gun. And again, the Riflemen are approaching this grid, which are forced to retreat before really take any further casualties. 18 gun impacting on the Stub. The Nebulous is however going up as well, and they'll probably be able to take out this 18 gun. But the Sherman also on the field is going to be able to very significant damage up against the Stub, which now gets a sticky bomb on his head, might get him alive. This small engine on the Stub. And now it only takes one more shot for the Sherman to take it out. Is he going to be able? And the shot bounces off. The Sherman goes on. The Sherman charges in. I like to see this Sherman actually trying to go for a fight, but it kills it nonetheless. One more Stub taking out the Sherman. Now that too. Very nice to see this fight on American tanks. MG, however, almost going to be taken out, but I don't believe our US player is actually going to risk his actual tank to try to chase actually this MG at all. The ATN also playing a pretty critical part here, not actually managing to kill this team, but I believe taking it down to 50% off. Repair bunker up, which is fairly understandable considering the D3 play. The medic bunker is still up, but it hasn't given any more grenadiers to our Wehrmacht player for quite a long time. He has managed one zombie, but not much else afterwards, as our US player has been keen on killing the medics, which, as you know, are now more fragile than before. In terms of army composition, our Wehrmacht player with most of the infantry at this point is set up in naval warfare. And our US player on the other hand, the only three of them, two of them with bad too, but they are both down to half health as well. So by now our triage would definitely be a very good investment. It does have enough manpower, it does have enough fuel, and it does definitely have enough engineers to build it up. Then again, I believe he's giving repairs on the Sherman priority. But I would definitely like to see our triage up, as it would very much benefit. Oh, and the Piercing being called up. The ace of cards from the armor company, which, well, it may not consider it the ace card, as there is a character as well, but then again, this is the sort of the impact unit of the armor company. And Christian already doing some work with these facilities, trying to take out this 18 gun, and the Consuls realizing that the army is not going down to this Christian, unfortunately. Christian, however, still able to do one more casualty before Volts managed to retreat. Able to try to take out the rifle and the 18 gun at the same time, but by trying to split his efforts, he manages to not actually hit either one of them. MG, however, firing on this rifleman, which were down to very low health, and because of that, losing 2 squad members almost instantly. Piercing, however, flanking these position and flanking this MG. It could very well impact on this mine, but it wasn't, as the grenadiers are now approaching it. It would have been better for Wehrmacht to just pull back